They're the all too familiar scenes from Iraq. Another wave of bombings tore through Baghdad on Tuesday morning. Officials say at least 56 people died, more than 200 wounded. But for many, this round of violence seemed more symbolic. That's because it comes 10 years to the day that Washington announced the start of the invasion on March 19th, 2003.
And frankly, I think we went in with the idea this was entirely a security issue, and realized that, frankly, there's a lot of politics to it, a lot of internal Iraqi politics that, maybe U.S. soldiers are not the best people equipped to deal with Iraqi politics.
One local resident couldn't agree more. He was eyewitness to this historic event in 2003. A decade later, he stands in the same spot and complains about how things have gone from bad to worse. To prove it, he says, you don't need to look far. In this district of Baghdad, the roads are full of potholes. The houses are linked by a mess of loose power cables, and many here make a living sorting trash, including children. The effects on other young victims are even more visible. Shams Karim was just a baby when a bomb targeted her family's home in Baghdad. 6 years later, this is her. She's lost both her eyes and is permanently scarred, physically and mentally. Her father sometimes finds her banging her head uncontrollably against the door. She's one of tens of thousands of victims whose lives are forever scarred by the violence of war.
I'm not going to say it wasn't worth it, but I am going to say this was a very tough proposition. We went in with some complete misconceptions of what Iraq was about, and we've had to deal with that.
Scenes like this have become all too common. Ethnic fighting pushed the country to the brink of civil war. And a decade later, Iraq's long-term stability and the strength of its democracy remain open questions. Nicole Grether, The Associated Press.